Hello, welcome to your 30-minute, maybe 40-minute class. Today there's going to be a mix of kind of mobility, strength and stretching, and this is prenatal friendly. And I thought if you just want to set the mood, I am burning a nice scented candle over there. So if you want to do Pilates by Candlelight, go grab a candle and just create a relaxing ambience for yourself. So we're going to get started. So we're going to start kneeling onto the carriage, and I want you to have one red spring on there, please. I'm just going to move my candle a little bit out of the way. So we're going to bring our hands onto the bar and then feet up against the shoulder rests. Curl the toes under if you can. And then from here, we're going to bring our bum a little bit lower to the heels. Keep the bum hovered. Arms can be a little bit wider than shoulders or shoulder width. I'm going to start by our cat-cow curl. So we just start by rounding our back up to the ceiling. Look right back to your bump. And then curl the tailbone up to your nose. I'm going to lift the tailbone, belly drops, chest forward, eye gaze slightly forward and arch. Keep the bum off the heels. And again, we're going to round. Look back to your bump. Pulling your tailbone to your nose and maybe nose to tailbone. And then arching. I think we're sticking our bum out. Chest forward, looking slightly forward. As we round, we can breathe out. And as we arch, we can breathe in. And again, rounding, lifting bumpy back. And then arching, bumpy drops, breathe in. So we're just going to do that a few more times. Rounding to breathe in. And then arching to breathe out. Rounding to breathe in. Tuck your tailbone, open through the lower back. And breathing in, arching, look forward. So just give me one more. Last one as you round. And then let's uncurl to your flat back. So just keep the back nice and flat. So a little draw back of the tummy. Head and chest is going to remain still. The bum is still off the heels. And then slowly, we're just going to slide your knees out, maybe halfway. And then pull the knees back in. And try and keep your back flat if you can. So knees out, knees in. And it's not heavy, so we just have to move a little bit slower just to kind of control that spring. So you're only taking your knees out to the point where you can maintain kind of a level back or steady hips. Brilliant. So just kind of working here on hip dissociation. So moving the knees, or moving the legs, separate to the lower back. And connecting to that breath. Arms are broad. Neck is long. Head is still. Let's go for 3, 2. Last one as you slide out. And pull it all the way in. So we're going to do the same thing now, but now with a round back. So again, keep the bum hovered. Drop your head, look down to the carriage or the springs. And again, you're going to tuck your tailbone. So really curl the tailbone, pull the tailbone to your nose. And again, the movement might be quite small. You're going to slide your knees out only to the point where you can maintain a tucked tailbone. And then pull it back in all the way into the stopper. Keep the back round. And again, knees out, knees in, knees out, knees in. You're only sliding those knees out to the point where you can keep your tailbone tucked. So think tailbone between the legs, between the knees. Keep the head still, keep looking down. Keep your eyes fixed maybe on a spot on the floor. And continue to breathe. And each time maybe you pull the carriage back in, think of lifting bumpy back a little stronger. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1, and in. Let's arch now to our back. So this time stick your bum back, eyes forward, head and chest remain steady. And again, slide the knees out, pull them back in. Knees out, knees in. And each time you pull in, really stick your sit bones back to the wall that's behind you. Keep those arms straight and strong. Knees out, knees in. So we're just working the back in its different positions as we move the knees. Let's go for 3, for 2, and 1, and in. Well done. You can keep your hands to the bar. Take your knees if you want wider, and then just come into child pose if that feels okay for you today. You can slide the carriage out, and you can do a little rock from side to side, back and forth. And then we're going to roll it up. Very, very nice. So we're going to keep down into this position, this low kneeling position. We're going to change our spring to a blue. Now you do have the option of going to a yellow if you feel the blue gets too heavy at any stage. So we're going to start with our left hand. So reach around for you can start with your short strap, but again, feel free to move into the long strap if you need to. So I'm going to start short, and then I want us to take your knees wide, but make sure they're still on the carriage. You're going to tuck your elbows in, palms up, and a lift through the chest. So keep the chest upright, and then a little draw back of the tummy. So neck is long, eyes are forward. And you're going to reach your arms over the bar, and then slowly bend the elbows into the sides. Allow the shoulders to roll back. Reach the arms over the bar, just go to shoulder level, if lower if you need to, and then bend. And again, reach and bend. Keeping long through our back. And think a little lift to the lower tummy. Now you can always stay here if you feel like that's enough for you today. Otherwise, the next time you reach our arms forward, keep your chest up. We're going to slowly rise up onto the knees. Squeeze the bum at the top. And then lower the bum down, lower the arms in. And at this stage, I'm going to bring my hand into the long loop. And again, keep the chest upright if we can. You're going to rise up onto the knees, arms go forward, and then hover back down. And again, we rise up, squeeze the bum at the top, and we lower. You're going to give me 2 more. These are quite intense. 2. And 1, rise up and hold. So you're going to take your right hand, interlace your fingers together, and we're going to come into your wood chopper. So you're going to take your hands down to the left hip, twist, look back, hover the bum. Keep the arms straight, pull, rise up onto the knees, and hold center. And again, take the arms down to the hip, look back, a rotation, and then pull, rise up to the knees, arms go out in front. Brilliant. We're going to go for another 3. So working the legs and the tummy and the arms. So make it a whole body movement. And 2. Last one. Hold it up, hold. 4, 3, 2, and lower. Fantastic, really, really good. I'm out of breath. So before we do the other side, we're going to come into our mermaid. So you're going to turn to face the camera, and if it feels okay today, see can you come into your Z sit. If you prefer to use the box option, feel free to grab your box. You can pause the video if you need to. So make sure one shin is up against the shoulder rest, and your opposite foot, the foot that's close to the foot bar, make sure it's tucked in towards your inner thigh. We'll keep on the blue spring. So we're going to open your arms out, back is tall, and so you can root those sit bones down. We're going to drop your hand down to the foot bar. Try to keep your sit bones down. Gently press out, and then you're going to reach your arm up and over and side bend to the bar. Keep your top shoulder, just lean it back, shoulders stacked, chest forward. And then come back through center, find your length in the middle, drop your hand, head rest, shoulder rest, side bend over to the ropes. And again, center, hand to the bar, slide out, reach up and over. And as we reach up and over, you're trying to keep your 2 sit bones heavy, especially that inside hip. Lift yourself back up, center, hand to the shoulder rest or head rest, side bend over. And think you're starting to rainbow through the bottom side. So the side of your waist that's closest to the carriage, the headrest. Lift yourself back up, hand to the bar, slide out, reach up and over, rainbow through the waist, top side waist. Lift yourself back up, side bend to the ropes, reaching out through the middle finger. Center, reach up and over, foot bar. Make sure you haven't gone too far out. If you think you've slid out too far, use your legs to pull the carriage back in. You might get a deeper little side bend. Lift yourself back up, side bend to the ropes. And then come back to center. Last one. Slide out, reach up and over. Side bending. Think you want to reach for the foot bar. Lift yourself back up. Side bend to the back one last time. And then last round, add your little pulses. So pulse down into that well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Well done, really, really nice. So we'll come up onto our knees for a second, and we're going to turn to face the back of your machine. This time I'm going to grab your 2 straps, and I want you to crisscross them. Actually, before we do that, drop your pulleys back down, and we're going to come on to all 4s. So I'm just going to turn my camera around. Or sorry, just move it a little bit. So we'll keep with the blue. If you need to drop it down to a yellow, feel free to do so. So knees up against the shoulder rest. You're going to drop your hands down onto the frame, and you can walk your hands just a little higher than shoulder level, so a little bit higher than the armpit. We're coming to our second round of your cat-cow curl. So can you start to practice pressing your shins down into the carriage, feet flat and long. And then I want you to round your back up to the ceiling. Look back to your tailbone. Pull that tailbone up to your nose. And then arching, belly drops, chest forward, look forward. And again, we round, looking back, and then we arch, we look forward. And again, rounding, and arch. Last one as we round. And then uncurl to your flat back. So this is like the movement just at the start, but in reverse. So we call this reverse knee stretches. So again, you're trying to keep the head and the chest steady. Keep lifting the chest away from the floor and tummy back from the headrest. Eyes will be slightly looking forward, so keep the back of the neck long. And then we're going to pull our knees, or pull the carriage up to your hands. And then slowly return. So don't go all the way to the stopper. And again, pull the knees up and down. Knees up, knees down. Keep the head steady, shoulders broad. Your arms are working here, just like your lower tummy. Pull up and down. Let's go for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Pull it up, 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 hold. 4, 3, 2, and return. Really nice. If we can, you're going to come into your puppy pose. So just shift your hips back until they're in under the knees. Walk your hands up the frame a little higher. And then if you can, sink your chest and head down. Now, if bumpy gets in the way, you can kind of slide your knees back away from the shoulder rest and slide yourself down the carriage a bit further down if the shoulder rests get in the way. And then drop the head, just open through the chest and shoulders. And then bring your bum back to the heels, walk your hands back, roll yourself up. Really good. So we're going to come back to this low kneeling position. If it starts to get really uncomfortable, what you can do, you can grab your squishy ball and just bring it behind your the back of your leg or your feet, and it'll elevate you slightly if you need. So we're going to grab our straps, and I want you to crisscross them. Now, if you like, you can keep your knees up against the shoulder rest, or slide your knees away from them and hook your toes over the edge of the carriage, so like a little anchor or a little hook. Arms out in front, palms face in, little draw back of the tummy and chest up. Keep your eyes forward, and then you're going to open your arms out, little squeeze across the shoulder blades, and then slowly close. Think of pulling back from the shoulders, then the arms, and close. Keep your hand grip strong. And just watch that you don't buckle at the wrist. Pulling from the shoulder, arms. Now you can always stay here again, or we're going to add on. So really hook those toes around. Knees are wide. Try to keep the chest upright. As we start to open our arms, we slowly lift up onto the knees. Squeeze the bum at the top. And then we're going to hover. Close the arms. We rise up, we open through the chest, gentle squeeze across the shoulders, the shoulder blades, and then lower. Really good. Take your time, especially on the return. We want to work the muscles here. Let's go for 4. For 3. For 2. Last one, rise up and open and hold it for 4, 3, 2, and return. Really good. Going to uncrisscross the straps, roll out those shoulders, have a drink of water, and then we're going to turn around. Going to face back towards your foot bar, and we're going to do our single arm work on the other side. So again, going to reach around for your pulley. You're going to tuck your arm, your right arm in towards you, two palms up to the ceiling. So again, back tall, chest up, and then reach your arms over the bar and lower. Reach and lower. Now again, you can take your knees wide. I'm going to slide my hand into the short strap. Slowly rise up onto the knees and then lower the bum back down. We rise up, use the strength of your legs, hips and glutes here. So try not to just focus on the arm, but also the lower. So also use this as your leg work for the day. Let's go for 3, for 2. Last one, we rise up, hold it, interlace your fingers, form a fist into your wood chopper. So you're going to take your hand down, past the hip, look back, hover, then rise back up onto the knees, stop center. And again, we lower, we hover, rise up. You might move a little quicker on this one, a little bit more momentum, a bit more speed. Let's go for 2. And 1, we rise up and see can you hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, lower. Well done. Drop your strap, shake out the arm, catch your breath. Feel free to come back, hands to the foot bar, feet against the shoulder rest, slide your carriage out, and then stick your bum up into the air. Just come into a puppy pose. Hold it for a few breaths. Adjust my camera. And then the next time you breathe out, just slide the carriage in, bring your bum to the heels, and then roll yourself up. So we're going to come into our mermaid. So I'm just going to turn to face my back to the camera. So you're going to bring that inside leg up against the shoulder rest, and then opposite foot bar leg up against your thigh. And then try your best again to get your 2 sit bones onto the carriage for me. So arms open out, back is tall, drop your hand to the bar, little press out, reach up and over, side bend to the foot bar. You can look forward or look down. You can also look up. Center, find your length, and then side bend over to the back. And then center, hand to the bar, slide out, reach up and over and open those top ribs, top side ribs. Relax the top shoulder. Come back through center, drop your hand, head rest, shoulder rest, side bend over to the back. And as we side bend to the back, think your hip, so the hip that's closest to your foot bar, root it down as your fingertips are reaching out. So we're in opposition. And then center, slide out, reach up and over. And again, same thing, opposition with the hip and the fingertips. Relax the shoulder. And center, side bend to the back. and center, side bend to your foot bar, and then center, side bend to the ropes, deep breaths. Last one to the foot bar. And then last one to the ropes. And return. Really, really nice. So you're going to turn back around to face your foot bar for me. And I just want you to put on a red spring, and you can take off your blue. Perfect. So we're just going to finish off with a little bit of standing work and then your stretch. So if you need a mat, you're going to bring it to, let's say, the left hand side of your machine. Left foot is going to come to the floor, and then right foot to the floor, left foot to the shoulder rests. If you find the red too heavy, just substitute it back for a blue. Feel free to adjust your feet, and again, you might have your right foot a little wider just to accommodate for the pelvis. Perfect. So we're going to come into your high runner's lunge. So keep your back upright, chest up, and we're going to come into your hinge. So start to press back with the back foot. As you do that, bend into the front knee, and then just tip forward at your waistband. And then you're going to lift your chest back up. The front knee will straighten, the back knee can bend if it wants, or you can keep it straight. And again, you tip forward. Keep the chest up as you tip. So don't round through the upper back, push back, and then rise back up. And again, we tip forward, we press out, sinking into that front knee. Back leg stays straight, and then we rise back up again. And again, keep it slow, controlling that spring. And we're going to go for another 3. And 2. Ooh. Last one, we're going to hold it back there. So slide out and hold, keep your hinge, keep that right foot heavy, keep the knee still, and just move the back leg in and out. Back leg in, back leg out. Keep the shoulders back. Again, even though we're in our hinge, our chest is still kind of lifting up. Little draw back of bumpy. Let's go for 10 seconds. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, press it out, hold, and rise back in. Really, really nice. Hold it there for me if you can. You're going to return your hands to the bar, and you're going to come into a little bit of a twist on this side. So keep your hands to your foot bar, keep your back leg straight. We're going to bend into the front knee, slide back with your back leg, lift the chest, you look forward, reach your right arm forward, and then open it out, twist back, look back, and then return back to center, slide the carriage back in, straighten the front leg, keep your back flat, and again, bend into that front knee, slide back with the back leg. You can reach your arm forward, up, you can do like a circle if you prefer, twist, return the hand, bring it in. We go for 3 more. So really twist that chest. And I forgot, you should actually do your twist the other side. So if you want, slide out reach your left arm forward, and then you do an open twist into the carriage, my mistake, and then return. So twist into the carriage and bring it in. Let's go for 2. And 1. Hold your twist, hold, look back to that hand, and in. Really well done. Drop your back knee down and just come in to your stretch. So adjust the front foot if you need to, slide back with the back leg, and then feel free to move into that front leg. You mightn't go into your deepest one just yet, and then bring it in. Press back with the back leg, extend and lengthen into the front leg, and in. Nice, give me a couple more. Good. Just linking in with the breath. And do any other movement if that feels more intuitive with your body today. Let's go for 2. Last one. And return. Brilliant. So you're going to shimmy across and we're going to repeat everything on the other side. So this time left foot to the floor and then right foot to the shoulder rest. We upright our back, chest up, and then we're going to tip forward, press back with the back leg, bend into that left knee and really give that carriage a good push, press back. And then slowly upright through the back, carriage in. Slide it out, hinge forward, bend that front knee, and in. And again, tipping, and upright. Really good. Well done. Now the next time we slide out, hold it out. And let's bend that carriage, your back leg, out and in. You can do a little tuck of the tailbone, so just watch that we're not arching through the lower back. Keep it nice and steady. 8 seconds. 3, 2, press it out, hold, and in. Brilliant. Grab the bar, keep your feet as they are, slide your back leg out until it's straight. Let's bend your front knee, slide back, hold, chest is going to lift slightly up. Then take your right hand off and then twist into the carriage, look back. Return the hand, bring the carriage back in, straighten through the front leg. And again, we slide out, bend the front knee, we open our right arm, we twist it into the carriage, we look back, return, bring it in. And again, we twist and open, press back with our back foot, and we return. Keep strong through the front leg, through that foot bar arm as you twist, and in. And just remember on the home stretch now. So last 2. And 1. Return, bring it in, drop that knee down to the carriage, adjust your left foot, reset, catch your breath, slide that back leg back, maybe extending into the front leg, and then return the carriage in. And again, we press back with the back leg, we press the bar away from our head with our arms, and we return it in. And again, if there's Any other movement you'd want to add on in here, go for it. Nice. Just stretching that all out. We're going to go for another 3, for 2, last one, and return. Bring it all the way in. Really, really nice. So we're just going to finish with a little bit of a chest expansion, or kind of like a back opener. So I want you to bring all your springs on. If you feel your foot bar is quite high, you can always drop it down 1. And if you need like a mat or something to cushion the foot bar, like a towel, just kind of drape it over. If you need kind of support, or if you feel like you just need extra cushioning around the upper back. What we're going to do then is you're going to turn to face the back of your machine. Kind of bring your bum quite up close to the top edge of the carriage. Drape your elbows over the bar, or on top of the bar. And then you're going to find, let's say, the bottom of your shoulder blade. So just roughly, you might need to scoot your bum forward or back accordingly. Your legs can be straight, or your legs can be bent. You can always kind of bring the toes in front of the shoulder rest, or rest them onto the headrest. And then once you feel comfy, you're going to take your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, elbows can open out wide, and then just look forward to start. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And this time, as you start to breathe in, you're going to lean over the bar, lift the chest up, maybe looking up to the ceiling. And then breathing out. Bring the head forward, softly rounding, looking down to bumpy. Breathe in, lean back over the bar. Elbows open, lifting the chest up. You can arch through the lower back. Breathing out, softly curling forward, looking down to your bump. And then again, leaning back over the bar. And then curling forward. So you can just do that a few more times. If you've had enough, that's okay. The next time you lean over the bar, if you can, hold it back there. And you're just going to do like a little shift over to one side, and think of kind of stretching out those ribs like a fan, and then shift over to the opposite side. And just do that one more time. Stretch it out, skip space for those ribs. And then last one. Come back to center. You might lean back a little further, lifting that chest up, relax the neck, support the neck. And then breathing out. Just softly now look straight ahead. And then release the hands. And then that is you done. Well done. If you've any questions, feel free to reach out, and I hope you enjoyed your candlelight session just as much as I did.